where did my man go? Like, I'm looking around like, where the fuck did my man go? Because this nigga that is talking to me now, oh my God, he's a bitch. And I hate that for him.
Big girl, big girl, I be sliding on these tight beats, never talk like who she.
I know. Zania, why'd you leave us on a cliffhanger? Zania, why'd you do? Because I need y'all to keep on getting reeled in. Because this story time isn't just a 1 part, 2 part, 3 parts. I go a gazillion parts, okay? It's not no sit in one spot for 2 hours and tell you a story. It's literally worth a 3-part series, and that's why it's called motherfucking Story Time Man. Now let's get into it. Y'all, today we're going to be doing part 2 of this story. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but random Atlanta man. I forgot what I called him in the first story, so we're just going to call him K. So K is the same exact person. Please don't forget that. I just forgot what I called him in the story, the other story time, and sorry for the smoke alarm as well. But with that being said, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're watching this, please subscribe. It's literally free to be notified when I post, to watch my videos if you love watching me. And there's gonna be videos out every Wednesday and Sunday, and if not Wednesday, then always gonna be Sunday. And this is Storytime May. So with that being said, let's get into my trauma. Okay, so I left you guys off by me saying that he pulled off on me and he left. He skirt. Like, you know, kind of like my dad, you know, he just dipped out. The nigga just dipped out and was like, oh, this bitch ain't coming? Oh, I'm gonna show that bitch something. And it was literally a 5-minute wait. So like I was saying in the beginning, he starts pulling his car backwards and I'm in the fucking car. Mind you, he's like this. I'm like this. Because I'm scared as shit. I'm like, whoa, where did this perfect, considerate man come? Like, where did he go? Like, there's a bitch nigga in the car. Like, oh my God, like, oh my God, there's a bitch nigga in the car. So he's driving, I'm looking at him like, you good? Like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm good, I'm okay. Are you good? Are you okay? And he always had a thing of trying to check my temperature, even though he was the one starting shit. So it's like, why would I need to be good or great or any of these such things? And you're the one that's like, tweaking out right now. Like, what's, like, you good? Like, what? So we are still he's still driving, and we're like pulling off. Like, it goes silent for a little bit, and then he goes out of nowhere, I don't like girls who are nonchalant. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I just don't like people who act like they don't care. They act like they don't do all this and that. And I'm just like, where is this coming from? Because I've been nothing but like talkative to you. Like, I've been nothing but accommodating. Like, I just fucking met you. Like, I don't understand how you seen I was nonchalant in the past 3 days. So I'm like, did I do something that was nonchalant that made you feel this way? And he was like, no, you're good. So we keep on driving and we get to his apartment. Mind you, we're late as fuck for Coca-Cola Factory. This is my first time in Atlanta. Like, I wanted to see what Coca-Cola Factory was, and you made me late. And instead of being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, it was like just a quietness, right? So we get to his house and I'm walking in slowly, kind of like, no, we need to talk about this shit. But he is kind of ignoring the fuck out of me. So I go into his room, I'm sitting on the bed, and like in a minute, his mood just changed. He's hugging me, kissing me, and then he's laughing at his phone. Like, he's looking at his phone. So I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is on his phone? Oh, he found another bitch. Okay, like, just say that. Don't be a fucking weirdo. And he's like, I just want to be transparent with you and show you everything. He turns the phone and it's a text now message. I don't even know if it's a text now message. It's a message of a girl saying, I miss you, I love you, like, I'm sorry, I apologize for what I did, and I should have took this for a biggest red flag because he is a fucking manipulator. So then I don't even read the entire message. I'm like, oh, my heart drops to my ass, and I'm like, why are you showing me this? Mind you, the younger me would have been like, oh, bitch, I'm gonna read through this whole thing and save her number and call that hoe when he's not around. So I'm like, why are you showing me this? And he's like, no, I just want to be transparent because I want to be with you. And da-da. Like, bitch, why are you showing me this shit? So then I'm like, are you good? Like, you literally just tried to leave me. And he's like, yeah, I'm good. It's just because I felt like you didn't want to come. And when I told you I was on the way, you put okay. Okay. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, okay. You said you're on the way. Okay. Like, what the fuck else do you want me to say? Do you want me to jump up and down with my titties like this? Ah, he's coming! He's coming! Yes! He got mad because I did not say, oh my God, yes! I put okay. So I'm like, but that's not like, why? What? And then he just starts kissing me and telling me how much he likes me, how much he wants to be with me. And we're kissing and I'm like, no, we have to make it to Coca-Cola factory. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he stops for 1 minute and kisses me and then gets ready. And I'm just like, okay, like I really do still want to go to Coca-Cola factory because I'm the person who paid for these. You know what I mean? And that's my money that I came on vacation with. Like, can you at least have the courtesy to hurry up and come out? So we get into his car, we're riding, and he's hugging me, holding me, not hugging me because he's obviously buckled up, but he's like gripping my thighs and speeding the race. Look at that, oh my Gucci. And at this point, I'm just like, oh shit, that never happened. That just went over my head. So I'm being quiet for 1 second of this ride. And he goes, are you okay? And I say, yeah, I'm okay. And he's like, I don't know. I just like to match vibes. And if your vibe's off, like, I don't like I just match it. And I just felt like you don't even want to be here. Mind you, I'm trying to explain to him over and over again that I have really bad anxiety. Like, it's not even me trying to be avoidant or mean or anything like that. I just have really bad anxiety. Like, I don't function well when I'm overstimulated and then I have to go back to being normal. Like, I had to tweak out for a second where I'm just like in a ball, like, oh, the fucking bitches, they just did that. Oh my God, what do I do? I still feel in fight and flight mode. Like, I'm overstimulated. So I'm like, I'm okay. So we get to downtown and we have to park far as fuck. And we're laughing and we're on the little bikes. And we find out that the fucking Coca-Cola factory closed at 5 o'clock. So I'm just like, I'm trying to make the best of it. We're on the little scooters. And at this entire time, like, I'm just having so much fun. I'm just laughing with him. And I'm going to tell you guys, I wasn't being a city girl anymore. I was being oh my God, maybe this man was meant for me and he's here so that we could work together because he has anxiety. I have anxiety. He has abandonment issues. I have abandonment issues. And I feel like God sent me him so that we can work on each other together. And obviously, I'm fucking idiot. I'm a dummy. I'm a dumb. I'm a dummy. So we're like having an entire day. He's stopping people, telling people that I'm his wife, that I'm his girlfriend. We've been together for 3-4 years. He's stopping people, holding my hand, recording videos, and taking pictures of me in public. And I'm just like living the life, living the dreams, right? And at this point, we go out to eat, and I didn't see it as a red flag, but I should have seen it as a red flag. We go to Hooters, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm okay with going to Hooters. Like, bitches have big titties. I got big titties, too. Like, bitch, like, let's have a jump fest. Like, bitch, like, so he's just looking at the girls, and I'm just kind of, like, starting one again, feeling insecure. Like, why is he looking at other girls? Like, but I'm not going to say anything because we only knew each other for 3 days. So I'm okay with it. And I'm not saying anything. And it's like, seems to me now, he would get agitated that I wasn't feeding into his toxicity. So since, even though I was feeling insecure and not saying nothing about it, he kind of was watching me being like, oh, this bitch doesn't give a fuck that I'm looking at all these girls. Like, she's not going to get mad. Like, I want her to get mad and angry over me talking to girls, right? So we get out of Hooters and we're still like, oh my God, the night is young. What do you want to do? Let's go do something. And we go to Atlantic Beltline. And at the Atlantic Beltline, we're like riding scooters again, just like talking and walking and just like holding hands. And I'm just like, I'm in love. And we go to Atlantic Station and we're sitting down. Mind you, my feet were kind of hurting. So he made me take off my shoes and he's like rubbing my feet in public. And he's just telling me about his whole entire story on how in college he was going crazy, how he would always have sex with a lot of women, and that he really does want to settle down now into a relationship with somebody. And he's like trying to convince me like very hard that like he wants something with someone, and I'm the woman that he wants it with because he has not felt this feeling in a long time since like meeting me. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, damn, like this is a man that I genuinely want to pour into as a woman and as a young woman and as a young woman moving down here by myself, right? And we leave the Atlantic Beltline.
I meant to say fucking Beltline, not Atlantic Beltline.
Like, I want to surprise you. So he then takes me to go get my feet done. And we like are sitting in the nail shop getting my feet done. He's getting his nails done. And after that, we just leave. Like he's taking pictures of me being like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like I never had a man do this for me again. I never had a man do that for me before. So I'm just like, this has not happened to me, right? We're like, yes, men will spend money and give me money, but it wasn't in the extent where it was like, he was like being very attentive and trying to make up for stuff. But mind you, like he said, oh my God, I'm so sorry for making us late. But that will come in like him not taking accountability for anything that he's done later in the story. So we get into his car and we're on the way back to his house, right? And when we get to his apartment, like I'm just like, hey, if you want to keep on hanging out with me, I leave tomorrow. My Airbnb closes at 11. So like, I don't know what I'm going to do if you want to hang out tomorrow as well. And he's like, oh, like you could just come back to my apartment when I'm at work and then we could do something after and I could take you to the airport. And I'm just like, oh, that sounds like a cool idea. Like I'm okay with that. But like, how am I going to get into your house? He gives me a key to his apartment. I'm like, okay, period. Like, I'm already getting the motherfucking customized. So he gives me a key to his apartment. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, at the time, I'm posting this man on my private story on Instagram. And I'm just like, my man, this is my man. And I'm taking pictures of us. I'm posting everything. And everybody is like, bitch, like you just got there, like what is going on? Like this is crazy, but it's for the plot. And I'm just like, at this point, it's for the fucking plot because this might be my husband. In his house, we're sitting down and he's just like, oh, I want to give you something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you can give it to me. And he's like, I work an Amazon job on Thursdays and other day. And he's like, I want you to have these things because when people leave their stuff behind, I could take it. So what the fuck happens? He pulls out a 40-inch wavy bust down with an HD lace and says, this is yours. Oh, I take it. Another bitch's trash is my fucking treasure. And I put that bitch on immediately. So I take it and I'm like, okay, cool, thank you. Then he gives me a poly nail set. And then he gives me lash clusters with the fucking thing that you could do to use it. So I'm like, did a bitch give this to you? Did a bitch make you buy this and then y'all got stop talking? He's like, no, it's from my Amazon job. Like, I swear, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I let it go. And I'm just like bragging to my friends. He just gave me a 30-inch wig. He's doing all of these things for me. Like, this is my man. So that night, I think, what happened that night? So that night we were having sex, and I've been noticing that when we would have sex, he would always say, you're everything I've ever wanted. This is so good. Your body's perfect to me. You're like amazing. You're the best type of person I know. Like, just would say affirmations, but like, it was like he was trying to manipulate me to be like, you're everything I want. Your body's amazing. The sex is so good. Like, I want you. And it was just like very confusing to me because it was like, why are you trying to say that when we're having sex? Like, he says it like when we're not having sex, but when we're having sex, it's like a intense, like, I want you, you're perfect, right? And he would just consistently tell me over and over how perfect I was, how I was made for him, how like he hasn't felt this before, how like I'm everything he's ever wanted. And I should have known that he was lying to me. So that night, we're just like, cool, we go to sleep together, and we wake up in the morning and he has to go to work. He drops me back off at my Airbnb, and I have his key and everything. I'm packing up my room. That's when I'm like, bye-bye, Atlanta, like all that kind of stuff. So I get an Uber back to his apartment, and like I'm in the building trying to direct my way. And the weird thing is that like his person, like his office person, who was like a dude, a grown-ass man, was like, because I asked him to take me up the elevator, and he's like, I've never seen you before. Like, I never seen you before. And when he takes me to the apartment, I'm like, he's like, what apartment am I in? What apartment is he in? And I tell him the apartment that he's in, and he's like, oh. And at that point, he was like, okay. Like, it felt like he had done this before, right? So I get to his apartment, and that's when I make the video of like, I'm in love, my man, and I'm in the fucking big ass bonnet with all of my delusions trapped inside of it and a shaved head, and I'm just like, my man, like I'm in love. And I should have known from right there, like I was having a very bad case of limerence. And even sometimes now when I think of him, I have really bad limerence when it comes to him, where it's just like, fuck, like why did you have to do this to me? So he's like texting me like, I want you to get ready. I want to surprise you. I want to take you out. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like he's going to take me out and surprise me. Like he's been doing this the entire fucking time. So then I'm getting ready. I'm making TikToks. Mind you, it's a TikToks. I'll show you guys the TikToks. And if a bitch is like, oh my God, that's my man, bitch, fuck you and that man. Fuck you and that man. Fuck you and that fucking man. Fuck you and that fucking man, okay? And I'm gonna say it right now. Fuck you and that fucking man, okay? I'm posting TikToks. I'm just like, I'm in love. Mind you, he has a video of me sucking dick in his phone. Oh, that's what happened the second night. We went on the fucking rooftop of his apartment, and I was drunk as hell. We took 2 shots of Hennessy, and I was sucking dick in a video. Bad. Hopefully he deleted that fucking video. If it gets out there, God forbid, bitch, you going to jail, ho. You're going to jail, ho. I'm taking you to fucking jail. I'm taking you to jail, like the worst kind of jail. Like, you're not going to jail. You're going to jail. Prison, bitch. So then I'm at his apartment, I'm just getting ready, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm coming to get you, I'm off of work. He comes to get me, he's taking the shower, he's like, you look so good, you look so pretty. We get into his car, and he's like surprising me with the location we're going to. And I'm just like sitting in his car, and I can't eat, I can't drink, because I'm like, at this point, everything's gonna come to an end. He's gonna switch up once I get to Arizona. Everything that he was saying to me is a lie, and that was me self-sabotaging myself. So we get to the fair, and this man goes, I want to be, like, I'm telling him, I'm like, just tell me now if you don't want to be in a relationship so that I could go to Arizona and come down here and feel okay. And he's like, no, I want to be with you. I felt like you were going to do it to me. You were going to ghost me once you get to Arizona. Like, I don't want you to leave me. Like, I want to be with you. You're everything I ever wanted. Like, I haven't felt this before. I'll even be celibate for the next 2 months until you get here in December. Mind you, because this was the time when I thought that I would be fucking leaving in December and not, and I would be leaving December and not November because I didn't know I had the job yet. So, right, bang, boom. We get to the fair, and we get out the car, and he's like, can I tell you something without you taking offense to it? And mind you, I'm a thick girl, okay? I'm not like plus size, but like, obviously, I'm thick, so I'm plus size. Like, I'm not plus size, but like, I'm a chubbier girl, okay? And mind you, like, I get really triggered when people try to be like, talk about my weight, because even though I'm a chubbier girl, I'm not as big as I was a year and a half ago. So like when people bring up my weight, it's like, damn, like, do you want me to be like fucking flutter in the air and disappear? So he goes, I just want to let you know that the other girls that I've ever messed with, like, they are skinny, basically. Like, they don't have any weight on them. I usually mess with skinny girls, and you're different. You're like different from other girls. And I'm just like, why are you telling me this? Like, I don't care. And he's like, no, I don't want to offend you. I'm just saying, like, I like your size, but like, I have not dealt with any other girls who are thicker. Mind you, he's lying like a bitch, okay? So now I'm like, oh my gosh, okay? Like, now I'm feeling insecure about my body. Like, I wasn't feeling insecure about my body, but until you pointed out about my body. Like, what? So then at this point, I'm just like feeling insecure about my body, feeling insecure about him being with other girls, feeling insecure about just like everything. And at this point, I'm like, I'm leaving tomorrow. All of this is gonna end. He's gonna change up on me. Like, I would rather go for the ride. So we're at the fair, and he's surprising me with going to the fair. We're having fun. We're going on all the rides. We're doing all the things, laughing. And mind you, it's an hour and a half before my flight. At this point, I'm like, I already missed my flight. I'm just gonna need to buy a new one. Like, I'm cool, I'm good. Like, I know that I'm just gonna need to get a new one. So at this point, I'm just like, it was like he was trying to make me late. Because then I was like, oh, where's your college? And he's like, oh, I'll show you my college before you go. And then I'm like, where's Magic City? He's like, oh, Magic City's around here. So he goes to show me Magic City, and then he goes to show me his college. And then we're like, oh, he's like, I'm a little bit hungry. We're like, we're hungry. So then we go and we stop to get food, and he's like, okay, like, when's your flight? And I'm like, you already know, my flight is in the next 40 minutes. And he's like, should we get food or should we just go? And I'm like, I think we just get food because I already missed my flight. And he's like, no, you're going to make it to this flight. I'm like, no, like, I understand, but at this point, you had me going all these places. I'm going to be missing my flight. And he's like, no, we're gonna leave now, and I'm gonna speed to your flight. So we're speeding, and he's just like, I really want you to get on that flight. I really want you to get on that flight. I really don't want you to miss it. Like, I don't want you to have to pay for anything. I'm like, oh my God, he's so fucking caring. So we're speeding to the airport, and he goes to the wrong fucking side. So then he goes to the other side, and which is 12 fucking minutes away. So then we're speeding over there, and he's like, I really want you to make it. I get out the car, I'm walking towards the flight, and I'm like, this line is so fucking long. I don't know my way around the airport. I'm late. Like, I'm late. Like, let bygones be bygones. I'm late. So then a couple minutes later, he's calling me, and I answer, and I'm like acting all sad because I knew that I was going to be late. Like, you had me out all night, and I'm like, I'm late. Like, I feel so pissed off. I'm having a panic attack. Like, mind you, we just got off of all these rides. Like, my head's pounding. I'm having anxiety. I'm having a panic attack. I'm just like, I feel convulsed. Again, I feel overstimulated. And he's like, it's okay. I just wanted you to try to get on the plane, all that kind of stuff. I call my mom, and I'm walking towards his car, and I'm just like, Mom, like, I'm late. And I feel my bitch looking at his phone, and I turn and I look at the thing, unknown caller. I'm like, okay, cool. I look at him and I go, and he goes, so I go, oh, so you got bitches calling your phone? Was this the plan all along? That's why you were trying to rush me to the... So now I'm still on the phone, and again, another unknown caller. So I look at him, I'm like, this can't be my bitch's phone. So then again, I'm just on the phone, I'm like, okay, Mom, I love you. It gets another call. I look and I say, do you want me to answer it? No, if I'm not gonna answer, I don't want you to. So I say, okay, cool. There's another call coming in, and then another one. And now I'm like sitting with my hand on the console, and I'm like, I'm about to answer this bitch. And he goes, and he catches the attitude. So we pull up to the food place because we're still hungry. And we're going into the food place, and my head is pounding, I'm having anxiety, and now I'm getting pissed off because who is this bitch that's calling you? So we get to the place, and he turns around and he goes, do you have any plans after we leave? Any plans? I laugh and I go, what? Because you just told me that I could stay at your house and you're happy that I knew you because you wouldn't be stranded. I laugh in his face and I go, what? I'm not laughing, but I'm like, like he's trying to be funny. And then I'm like, what? And he goes, oh my God, I do not like you. That just gave me the ick. Like, I hate when people laugh in my face. You just disrespected me. Oh my God, I don't want to be around you. Like, I can't be around you. I'm done with this. I don't like you no more. And we're going to end the story right there. Okay, I'll see you guys next Sunday. And I love you guys. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.